Well, here we are. Today is Friday, and for those of you who have been following my journey this week of creating new, powerful, healthy habits, I have to say that I am so glad that I reached this day and can clearly say without a doubt that it was worth every moment of getting up early. Many of you I look up to and I think, wow, they can get up early and do their exercise and their self-care routines. Yes, I've got all my animals. They seem to be crowding around me right now. But I just admire all of you that are able to get up before the kids, before your work, before anyone else in the house gets up, and you're able to get that time in for yourself. And I've just always admired that, and I've always looked at it as there's no way that I could be that person. I love to sleep in. And that's been my history. I mean, ever since I was a teenager going to high school, I would sleep until the last possible moment before I'd have to catch my bus. And I'd literally be running out the door. That's when I wish I had shakes like I do now. But I'd be running out the door, barely catching the bus with hardly any of my clothes properly put on. Like, honestly, I was just rushed all the time. And then, of course, add a career to the mix. When I would be working in a career, wherever it was, whether it was in Toronto, north of the city, whether it was in a small country town, I would literally, again, wake up at the very last minute with the least amount of time to just get myself ready and out the door. And I'd be usually eating on the run, if I ate at all. And fast forward to being a parent, same thing. The habits continued. I continued to sleep as long as I possibly could to get out the door. And clearly that didn't always work out because we missed the bus a lot of times as the kids got older and started school. So here we are this week. Now, the kids have missed the bus a few times this week, so I'm going to be completely honest and real about that. However, I woke up every single day except for yesterday before the alarm even went off. And for me, sleeping till 7 or 7:30 was something that I could easily do. And if I could, I'd sleep till 8. I'd sleep, as long as I could. So for me to set my alarm to 6:25 was a stretch. So that's why I set it for 6:25, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and today I got up before that alarm went off. Yesterday I was awakened by that alarm, and it scared me because I never use an alarm and I never actually wake up to sound. It's always my body that wakes me up. So I'd have to say that I would hope that every day in the future I wake up without that alarm, but I always set it just in case. So anyway, every day I've journaled except for yesterday. I did not journal. Yesterday wasn't the greatest day, I'd have to say, but it turned out to be one of the most amazing days. And isn't it cool how that happens? Yesterday I had, like I said, I woke up to my alarm. Everything was kind of going wrong, if I could say right versus wrong. And it didn't feel like it was going to be a great day. Even my yoga and meditation things didn't turn out the way that I was hoping. I just didn't feel grounded. I was meeting a friend for lunch. I almost canceled on her because I just felt so overwhelmed with so much to do and just didn't have enough time to even get any of that done before lunch because we were meeting for lunch early. So long story short, I didn't cancel. I met her for lunch. We had a great visit. And I'd have to say that it just became one of the best days. I took so much time with my kids after school. We had quality time. I didn't rush them. I took time to listen to them. We did a lot of things together. And then in the end, before bed, usually we don't watch any TV, but last night we decided to turn on some music and dance. And when we did that, of course, the questions started happening about Michael Jackson because we started dancing to Michael Jackson tunes. And then I said, well, that's a great question. I don't know the answer. Let's see if we can find out. So we start searching through YouTube on our Apple TV. Long story short, we come across a documentary, learn a lot about Michael Jackson, and my kids fell deeper in love with him than they ever had been. And Jack in particular started writing all kinds of letters and notes in hopes that Michael Jackson would come back to this human life existence. And it was so sad just to see the sadness in his eyes that Michael Jackson wasn't here, because I think one of his dreams would be to meet him someday. But you know what? We're so grateful that we have so much that we can still learn and listen and enjoy Michael Jackson for the person that he was. And really, in the way that I look at it, we looked way back to his childhood, the little boy that he still was. And so many of us carry that little boy or little girl inside of us. And many times we're so afraid to let that little boy or little girl feel healed or feel like we're enough. And as we become adults, it's as if that little girl or little boy had been forgotten. So part of my whole process this week has been really getting in tune with who I am, no matter what age I've been. But all of those ages are still within me, and they're still all within you. So we've got to stop forgetting. I know we say don't dwell in the past and all that stuff, and that's not what this is about. But recognize those parts of you that have still not been accepted, still have not been acknowledged, because there are many times that that's what we are missing. And that comes from ourselves. That can't come from anyone else, but that has to come from ourselves. So it's a healing process. And I'm recognizing that through these mornings, I'm actually going through some of that healing. And it's so cool. Yes, my cats are jumping on counters and everything. All the food's away. Thank goodness. Anyway, I just wanted to share with you, and I know some of you who are watching this may think this is weird, and some of you may be really curious because you've never heard of it before. And in my past few days of journaling, I talked a lot about soul journaling. And soul journaling is very different from your own self-journal. So I always start after my yoga, my 20 minutes of yoga in the morning, 20 minutes of meditation, then I do between 15 and 20 minutes of journaling. And only about 2 to 5 minutes is personal journaling, and then I switch gears and I put a title soul journaling and I just start going from there. And soul journaling is as if our soul is actually talking to us through our written word. There's a book that I purchased by Elisa Romeo, and she's actually a friend on Facebook, which I'm just so grateful to have authors as friends. But she wrote the book, Meet Your Soul. And Peter Kelly, beautiful Peter Kelly, recommended that the Supercharge group read that book. And when I read it, I was just so amazed with the gifts that I was given through that book alone. And one of them is soul journaling. So if you don't know what soul journaling is, I highly recommend that you get that book and you start learning what soul journaling is, because I have to say I can't imagine not doing it now. So I'm just going to read to you today. And like I said, this is going to be weird for some of you because it might seem way out there. And I know at the time when I was being told that soul journaling was something that we could do, I was just like, that's weird. Like, how is that even real? But now when I write, I can tell when it's my soul and when it's me. And obviously our soul is us. It's just that side of us that we don't always listen to, right? It's that subconscious side that is trying to tell us things that we don't always listen because we're so busy or hurried. So my journaling was only a paragraph and a sentence. So I said today was my favorite day of routines. Yesterday was hard for me. Today I woke up ready and willing, and the choice I made for yoga and meditation were brilliant. So I loved today. It was so wonderful. And I'll share with you the links that I used today if you're following this. I'll also share the ones from yesterday, even though I'm not going to journal about yesterday. I kind of did a little bit of journaling on my Facebook wall last night. That was the extent of it. So I'll probably just copy and paste that into yesterday's blog. I also said, I feel so good, and I underlined that. Hungry but good. And my stomach at that point, it was almost 7:30, I was starting to get really hungry. Because usually when I wake up in the morning, I don't do anything but drink water. And then I go down to my little yoga meditation room and I start doing my routines. And from there, I come upstairs and I start my regular day, including eating first before I even see the kids in the morning. So soul journaling, here we go. Wow, meeting your spirit guides. How lucky are you? This was because the meditation I chose today was about meeting your spirit guides, and it was such a beautiful experience. It really was. It was really cool. You were right, you have many spirit guides, and that is why you couldn't just see one. You tried to feel the sensation of flying, but you know how you have, sorry. You tried to feel the sensation of flying, but you know how you have just stopped using your skills. So I'm just going to say that when I'm doing the soul journaling, it's coming off my fingertips so fast. There's no thought going into it whatsoever. I'm just allowing the hand to basically take the words and write. And it's so messy. The difference between my journaling and my soul journaling is quite a difference. The soul journaling is really super messy. And it goes so fast. So there's no punctuation hardly. It's just, so as I'm reading it, I'm missing things because I'm not seeing punctuation either. It really wasn't that long ago that you could fly each night when your body would sleep. And I have to say, I remember that very well, like it was yesterday when I was a kid. You are a master already. It will just take practice to return to that level of mastery. Ask your children about flying. They do it too. Same way you did it, by leaping and getting higher and higher. Protecting yourself was the reason you did it to start off with, and then you would do it for fun and to see more, and see was in quotation marks. I know that you can do it again. Today will be a calm day for you. You feel more grounded than you've felt in a long time. Don't let your energy be taken away by energy suckers wanting it from you. Attracting people today will be simple, yet beware of those who are not on your vibrational level who want to be. You cannot make them high vibration. You will only attract those who have high vibration. Truthfully, those who don't have it but are seeking it will ask for help from you. And then underlined, not today. Give them inspiration through words or quotes and give them space to raise their own vibrations. This is not your job to do. And again, it was underlined. The soul underlined not a few times. I know this is hard for you because you want to fix others. This is not your job. It is theirs. You will know who is on your vibration because they will not tell you problems and they will not ask for help. They will share similar and inspired messages without pulling others down. Interesting, but so true. Being in high vibration is possible. We just find ourselves coming down in hopes to pick others up. You are not better than anyone. You are just making changes for yourself that are helping you feel more grounded, grateful, and inspired. Others are afraid to make those changes, sometimes because they are afraid of the possibilities in front of them, and yet many are living in regret that they haven't made changes yet. It is okay. This isn't something that you can fix for them. Keep doing what you are, for you will inspire those who are ready to make changes. They will not need your help because you have generously created open communication and tools for them to use if they are ready and want guidance. You know others are inspired because they have already started to tell you. Move forward with gratitude and peace today. Baby steps always because it can be sustained. That's a cool quote. Thank you, soul. Baby steps always because it can be sustained. Yes, I have more for you, but time is up. And I actually had just looked at the clock to see, and I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot to set my timer, and I was just over time by 1 minute. And I want you to go and love your day, love your weekend, love your family, love your home, love every single thing, alive or not, that you come in contact with this weekend. Looking forward to continuing your beautiful practice on Monday as planned. I am here everywhere and will hold that space for you. Love and light, your soul. Like that right there, even some of the word choices, the way that it's spoken, I don't write that way. And I recognize now that when I get into a certain zone of my writing, because I do love to write, I believe that there are times when my soul's actually coming in and writing for me, because there are those moments when I don't even think. It just comes right off my fingers. And I guess in a way, even though I didn't understand it or recognize it, I've been gradually allowing myself to get silent enough to hear it. So if nothing else, guys, I just want to share with you, if this is of any interest to you whatsoever, get the book, Meet Your Soul by Elisa Romeo. I read it probably 6-7 months ago, and I didn't do anything with it until now, till Monday. I started doing something with it. So it certainly doesn't happen overnight, but for some of us it does. So it just depends on how ready you are. Anyway, with that, guys, I just want to say have a great day. And I look forward to continuing this journaling and blogging of my experience through the morning sessions starting again on Monday. Have a great day. Bye for now.